Top billing.
Yo, top billing to ya. Man, just wanted to get some real quick breaking news out there for the people at Top Billing who only frequent my material by way of the YouTube, which is crazy because you need to be at patreon.com/committed to the G if you want insight and intel, behind the scenes type stuff. You want to get there, man, because I was all over this bad boy for the past however many weeks. And I put out a thing just yesterday because I got some intel that it was pretty much a foregone conclusion that Jim Chaney would be taking his talents back to the University of Tennessee. That would be one Jim Chaney, the offensive coordinator of Georgia since Kirby Smart has been there. And this is kind of funny to me. People know out there, I can't hide it, you know. I don't do the fandom thing when it comes to teams and stuff like that. I'm huge on schemes. I'm huge on coaches and everything of the sort. So people always know that I feel like I'm an Urban Meyer disciple. That's my guy. But there are a whole bunch of coaches around the industry that I absolutely love what they bring to the table because I'm all about schemes, tactics, and concepts and stuff like that. And Jim Chaney is one of those guys. I covered Jim Chaney at the University of Arkansas when I was at Saturday Down South, and I did some really good work on his pro style offense, which is my preferred choice of offense, being as though that's the type of stuff and the type of offense that I played against when I played football. So that's the, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has their own things that they like. I really love pro style offenses, and I love professional football in general. Professional football is my vice. That's my thing right there. I love covering college football. It's got a little different feel to it, but I'm hooked on professional football ever since I was a little kid. And that's where you see the best of the best type of schemes and personnel groupings, ways to scheme up. And you really get that. And I think that you get that with the Jim Chaney-led offense as well. I think he teaches quarterbacks how to be professionals. I think that you can get a quarterback from a Jim Chaney offense. Same thing with the offensive line. You're going to see a bunch of high draft picks coming out of the University of Georgia, and that's a lot to do with the style of play that Jim Chaney implements. And it's funny, Jim Chaney has a spread background, but to me, he made his way at both Tennessee, doing a little bit of spread stuff, but mostly pro-style stuff, but at Arkansas, where he helped Coach Bielema, one of my favorite coaches out there as well, coming from Wisconsin, straight pro-style attack there, helped those guys be a lot more competitive than you thought they would be, considering the lack of talent at Arkansas. I always say that physicality is the great equalizer, and you get that with a Jim Chaney offense. Now, you take a Jim Chaney offense and you put it on the University of Georgia where it's absolutely loaded with talent, then you get results like you see with those guys going to the national championship game and being pretty much a stone's throw away from being back in the college football playoffs this season as well. Now, moving on past that, your man Jim Chaney was a straight whipping boy for everybody that's associated. Not everybody's associated with people who are fans of the University of Georgia. I can't go 2 seconds without doing any type of material or content on the University of Georgia without some fan saying something about either Jim Chaney or quarterback Jake Fromm. And to me, that's the low-hanging fruit kind of stuff, you know, if I'm going to be nice about it. It's very Mama Baldwin type stuff. If you talk to my mother, that's all she knows is Jake Fromm and or the offensive coordinator. She don't even know his name. She just know he's an offensive coordinator. I always tell people to take their eye off the ball, and you got to respect and like what you see out there, man. He teaches people. I think everybody on the University of Georgia is draftable. You will see guys like Riley Ridley go to the NFL and he'd be good. He understands NFL concepts. He came from an NFL offense. He understands route spacing. He understands recognition of defenses. They teach you that in pro style offenses. So most of the people out there and committed to the G land or Georgia land period want to go to a spread offense. It may be upon you. I won't know for sure, but very much could see James Coley, the co-offensive coordinator, just elevated to the sole OC. And I think that would be the best fit for continuity. It would have been the best to just go ahead and keep Jim Chaney, man, and have perhaps Jake Fromm in the same offense for 4 years. I see people like somebody told me one time, he said Jake Fromm sucks. He reminds me of Matt Ryan. So I'm thinking to myself, man, this kid really needs to slap himself with the knuckles, the backside of the knuckles of his hand, because if somebody's reminding you of the NFL MVP, then you know that you can do some good things with that. So the only reason why he was reminding you of that guy is because he's playing in an offense where he's taking 3 and 5 and 7 step drops, sight adjustments, being able to get your team in and out of the right plays. He's not necessarily having to look over to the sideline for a bunch of calls, having to rely on a bunch of cards and stuff like that. It's just a different way of operating, and I love that they brought that to the University of Georgia. I don't think it worked out for those guys at Miami with that, but it's weird. I covered Miami for the University of Rivals for the past 2 years as well. Very familiar with what they were doing down there with Mark Richt, but before then having to do the film studies on one, who? James Coley, who could possibly be the OC for the University of Georgia. So make sure you're on patreon.com/committed to the G if you want to know how Coley's offense could look here in the future. It would definitely be a change from the norm if he's going to do what he did at Miami. It could be a change for the better, or it could have drastic results in a negative manner. I just hate that going into a pivotal year like 2019, where I very much think the Dogs could win the national championship, to have to lose both your offensive and defensive coordinator and perhaps change a little bit of your philosophy. I think that's tough there, but sometimes familiarity breeds contempt, or sometimes you just want to stay the course and get better at what you do. So let me know out there, how do you guys feel about the loss of Jim Chaney? Do you think the Dogs should have just stayed the course? And with him going to Tennessee, he's going to a rival, and he can make those guys very good really quick, because physicality is a great equalizer. They have a fantastic coaching staff at Tennessee, definitely a team that's definitely on my radar. I love Coach Pruitt and a lot of the guys he has on staff. All those guys come from the University of Georgia, so you got yourself mini Alabama out there at Tennessee as far as the coaching staff, just like it's trying to be at the University of Georgia too. So fun times in college football. I love coaching changes. I love talking about them and everything like that, but some of it comes with a price. It really does. But let me know how you guys feel out there. It's your boy Murf, the Underground King. Thank you for tuning in, and holla at your boy in the comment section for real. Peace.
What more can I say?
Top billing.